Thank you for joining us on Fem Talk 89 FM. I'm Nirmala Sharma. With me is Unaisi Maria from Vuya Women's Club, all the way from Vuya, and Disavu from Tawake Women's Club, all the way from Tawake. Today we will be discussing human security and protection before, during, and after humanitarian emergency. Throughout the consultation, a common issue we have been discussing have been food security. So, Unaisi, what change do you want to see to ensure that the protection need, this human food security priority is met? Unaisi?
We have to do a lot of planting, plant a lot of, make backyard gardens so that people can eat proper food and healthy food.
When you say proper food, what do you mean by proper food and healthy food? Can you elaborate more on that?
Plant a lot of vegetables, and for preparation, we have to make preservation of food, like our forefathers used to do before the cyclone. We bury the food like tapioca and root crops so that it can be kept for a period of time to be able to help the family, to cater the family for the time, during the time of cyclone.
Could you please give us some example how to keep your food for longer period of time?
I think I've said already, we have to bury the food, bury the food so that it can be kept in the a long period of time.
And the food is good for your balanced diet as well as?
Yeah.
Thank you. How can this to be done?
Sharing information, full participation of women, particularly in local and national government's structure.
Going back to Disavu, what change do you want to see to ensure that this protection need for human security priority to be met?
Can do more farming so that I can have a good supply for healthy food or balanced diet for the family.
How can this to be done?
You have to do the good farming. I mean more farming. To look more farming so that it can supply everything we need it for that diet.
Why does this need to be done?
So that can you have sufficient supplies for the family.
Thank you so much. You are listening to Fem Talk 89 FM. I am Nirmala Sharma speaking to Unaisi from Vuya Women's Club in Vuya and with Disavu from Tawake Women's Club. Let's talk about the situation before and after Winston. For you and your community, what was the situation before Winston, Unaisi?
Before Winston, like I said before, we did a lot of planting, so everything should be ready, should be available for the families. But before Winston, that's before Winston, everything was in good order. The food was okay. People having a lot of time to sleep, to rest. Their mind was normal.
But what about immediately after the Winston?
After Winston, everything has gone, like food, the houses were damaged, everything was washed out, so we have to start again.
So what's the situation now after 5 months on?
After 5 months, the rations have stopped, and people still live in tent. We're still looking forward for assistance to be available. And we have to do something, go to the Ministry of Agriculture to help us in order to provide us with seeds and tools so that we can start planting again.
Thank you. For you and your community, Disavu, what was the situation before the Winston?
Before, we are having a lot of food available in our plantation, especially the root crops and the vegetable.
And what about after the Winston?
It's after that we were relying on the leftover from the farm.
And what's the situation now? Now 5 months on.
5 months there in the we are planting. We have give more time on planting so that we can gain again the plantation we left.
So we have talked about what women want to see. How are women leading the response in their communities to address this issue? Unaisi?
They have to address this issue during the Bosevakoro, like me in the village. We have to inform to address our issue in the Bosevakoro, and also to the Tikina meeting and the women's meeting too.
What are barriers to women in decision making or being consulted so their solutions are taken into account?
Women to be recognized and to take part in decision making, more representatives in councils, government, demonstrate women's leadership after Winston, and so that they have the confidence to speak out. But most of the time they have fear, the level of education, and the tradition. They won't be able to speak out.
Lastly, how can we support women's initiatives to make the change we want to see?
The women to work together, working together with women's group, sharing information and issues to women on how to address the problem to resolve in solution.
Thank you. Disavu, how are women leading to respond in their community to address this issue in Tawake?
So women a lot of time we get together, do the meeting and helping each other, replanting especially our vegetable gardening.
And what are the barriers to women in decision making or being consulted so their solutions are taken into account?
Women are I'm asking the question. Women are unrespectful in decision making.
So lastly, how can we support women's initiative to make the change we want to see?
There should be more training for women so that they can showcase the skills they have and involve in more women in decision making.
So thank you so much, Unaisi from Vuya Women's Club all the way from Boa, and Disavu from Tawake Women's Club for talking to us on Fem Talk 89 FM, and I'm Nirmala Sharma from Vuni Didi. Thank you, Binakavakalevu. Namaste.